Many people assume that if one lung supplement doesn't work, the answer is simply to try another one. But after months or even years of experimenting with different formulas, many are left wondering why the results never seem to match the promises. At first, the process feels logical. A new product appears, often highlighting a specific ingredient or claiming to support easier breathing and better respiratory health. People try it with optimism, expecting gradual improvements. But after weeks pass, the same frustrations remain. Chest heaviness persists. Energy levels still feel low. Seasonal respiratory discomfort continues to interfere with daily life. So they move on to another product, then another, and eventually, frustration starts to build. Some people begin to question whether natural approaches work at all. Others assume that aging or environmental factors have simply made breathing problems unavoidable. But repeated disappointment often creates an important question. Why do so many people try multiple lung products without getting the results they expected? One explanation is that many people focus exclusively on symptoms. They look for a solution to congestion, occasional shortness of breath, or mucus buildup as isolated problems. But respiratory health is rarely driven by a single factor. Think of it like maintaining a garden. If one section isn't thriving, adding more water alone may not solve the problem. Soil quality, sunlight, drainage, and nutrients all interact together. The same principle applies to respiratory wellness. Breathing comfort depends on several interconnected systems. Healthy airway clearance helps remove excess mucus. Balanced inflammatory responses support normal bronchial function. Proper circulation helps oxygen move efficiently throughout the lungs. Histamine responses influence how the body reacts to seasonal changes and environmental triggers. And lung tissue itself requires ongoing support to maintain vitality over time. When people focus on only one of these factors, they may overlook the bigger picture. That doesn't mean the products themselves are necessarily ineffective. Sometimes the issue is that the approach is incomplete. Many formulas emphasize a single ingredient or one isolated mechanism. But the respiratory system operates through multiple pathways working together. Supporting only one aspect while ignoring the others may explain why some individuals continue searching from product to product without feeling meaningful changes. The real issue isn't that people haven't tried enough products. It's that respiratory health is more complex than most people realize. This deeper perspective changes the conversation. Instead of asking, which supplement is strongest, a more useful question becomes, what processes are involved in maintaining healthy breathing? Modern research has increasingly explored plant compounds and natural extracts that may support multiple aspects of respiratory wellness simultaneously. For example, mullein has traditionally been used to support natural mucus clearance and soothe the respiratory tract. Bromelain has been studied for its role in supporting balanced inflammatory responses. Maritime pine bark provides antioxidant activity that may help support healthy circulation. Tiger milk mushroom has attracted attention for its potential role in promoting long-term lung vitality. Quercetin has been investigated for supporting healthy histamine responses during seasonal changes. Stinging nettle has been associated with maintaining clear upper respiratory passages. Rather than focusing on a single pathway, these ingredients are often discussed because they address several interconnected functions involved in breathing comfort. That doesn't mean there is a quick fix. Respiratory wellness isn't something that changes overnight. And no single ingredient, product, or strategy can guarantee results for everyone. But understanding the underlying structure behind breathing health can help explain why many people spend years moving from one solution to another without fully understanding what they're trying to support. Sometimes the frustration doesn't come from lack of effort. In fact, many people who struggle the most are those who have been the most persistent. They've researched ingredients. They've experimented with different approaches. They've invested time and money trying to improve how they feel. What they often lacked wasn't commitment. It was clarity. Understanding the relationship between airway clearance, inflammation, circulation, histamine balance, and long-term lung vitality creates a much broader perspective than simply looking for the next product on the shelf. And that perspective can help people make more informed decisions moving forward. If you'd like a structured breakdown of the mechanisms involved in respiratory health, there's a practical guide in the description that explores these concepts in greater detail. And if you enjoy educational videos that focus on understanding the body instead of chasing hype, consider subscribing. Because sometimes the most important breakthroughs don't come from finding another product. They come from understanding the system you're trying to support.